Alright, let's look at 6-2 on page 210 from the packet, and it's titled Comparing and Ordering Integers. So what you'll learn is to compare and order integers. You've done this with positive numbers, so now we're actually going to be doing this with positive and negative numbers. And why do you need to learn this? Well, negative points and scores are possible in some games. You need to compare and order integers to find out who's winning. You can use the number line to compare integers. As you move to the right on a number line, the numbers become greater. So look at this number line and notice, so we're talking like as we move right here, the numbers become greater. So even though I could have a -5 over here and a -6, 6 may be bigger than 4, but it's a negative number, so it's actually smaller or less than. Alright, so you want to make sure you understand as the numbers move to the right, they become greater, and it doesn't affect it that, if it's a larger number but it's a negative, then it actually would be the opposite. And then 0 is neither positive nor negative, and the opposite of 0 is 0. Let's look at some more examples. Alright, let's look at example 1 here. We're comparing two negative numbers. We have a -6 and a -4, and they want you to go ahead and plot them on this number line or graph them on the number line and look at them. So here's -4, here's -3, 0 is over here to the right, and you know that as numbers move to the right they become greater in value. And so since -6 is to the left of -4 on the number line, then -6 is less than -4, or you could flip it and write it the other way. -4 is greater than -6. And maybe you could think of money or debt in that case. When you borrow money, say if you borrow $6 and you're in debt $6, say you pay back 2, and now you only owe 4, then you have more money or closer to having some money. So this would be greater than that -6, because the -6 is just going more into the hole or more into debt. You have less money the greater the negative, so it's actually less. Do this quick check. Pause at me and try A and B, and then let's see what you come up with. Push play when you're ready. Alright, so we have on A, we have a +5, and we have a -3. So if we're comparing a positive and a negative, the positive is always going to be further to the right on the number line, and it's going to be a greater number. So 5 is going to be greater than -3. If you have $5, you have more than if you are in the hole, $3. And then B, again, we have -12. You owe $12, or 9, you have $9. Well, obviously, -12 is less than 9. You can also use a number line here to order integers if you are going to do that. That might help you if you need that. Alright, the top of page 211 has you ordering integers. This is something that you'll have to do, so let's look at this. This says order the scores on the scoreboard over here from least to greatest, and they have you use 100 as the number line intervals here. So they make this number line and it's jumping by 100, and they go ahead and they plot these numbers for you, which will help. And they want the scores ordered from least to greatest. So if you're looking at this number line, remember, as the numbers move to the right they become greater. So the least or lowest number is going to be this -400, and then the next lowest or least number would be this -200, and then the Spartans would be the next greatest score, would be 100, and then the greatest score of all here is the Bulldogs, who got 300. So here's the order from least to greatest. Now what I'd like you to do is go ahead and pause me and do this quick check. Pause me and write on your paper the order of these scores from, again, least to greatest. How you would see them on a number line. Remember, left to right is moving from least to greatest. And then push play when you're ready. So I would look first here at my two negatives that I have. And I know that the largest negative is going to be the furthest to the left, or the furthest in the hole, or the lowest, least number. So the first number would be negative 50, and that means the next would be negative 25. And then we get to our whole numbers, or our positive numbers, and you know which one is going to be the least between 75 and 100. Well, of course, 75, which means the greatest of these four numbers, would be 100. Okay, for your homework, I'd like you to do number 1, which statement is not true. Okay, which one of these is not true? Take your time and look through those. Number 2, order these numbers from least to greatest. And then answer this writing and math question. And then bring to class, you can do this on your packet that I make copies of, tomorrow a question for me or for your for another student in class, and I'll see you there.